Well, when we filmed the special, we were still together. So, it's just a matter of the relationship didn't work out. We both went our separate ways, and that's okay too. There's a little thing at the end of the special that speaks to that. I had kind of lost my faith in men. And, then I got into a relationship, and that faith was renewed, and it made me open-minded and open-hearted, and I remain that way. And so I'm grateful for that time together, and I'm glad that we did that special together. It was a great experience.
Yeah. Have you guys had a chance to celebrate the success of the special? Have you talked?
We haven't celebrated, no. I mean, I've been in Whistler, I've been skiing. I like to focus on skiing in the winter.
Living your best life,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm trying to get into the Elderly Olympics in about 10 years. So
how's that going?
I've been it's going well, actually. I'm really thriving.
You do say at the end of the special, you have that beautiful banner that comes across the screen. I loved it. I wrote it down. It says, "I still believe in love, and I now know more than ever that my person is coming." So easy to close yourself off after going through something, hard like that.
Yeah.
But you went the opposite way. Why do you think that is?
Because I believe in love, and I love the way that love can light you up, and and the togetherness. I mean, I was single for so long and so annoyed by the idea of someone in my space or in my bed,
right,
or in between me and my dogs. I want to sleep with my dogs. You know what I mean? I want my dog on top of me when I sleep at night, and then I want to throw him away from me when I get too hot. But I love independence. I love being able to get up in the morning and fly to a different country. I do that. I have done that. And so the idea that there's an attachment always looked at me like a weight around, like an albatross. And so I think what I learned from the last relationship is that, that's okay. I didn't hate that. I liked the togetherness, and I liked the constant camaraderie and having a buddy. And I just thought, oh yeah, you can find somebody that you have a lot in common with, and that can work as well. It's not the end all be all, but it can be beautiful as long as you are really delivering up your best self in that relationship. You don't want to ever have to be anybody that you're not. You know what I mean?
1000%.
And everybody has the ability to make other people be better and be stronger. So yeah, I'm definitely open to it. I love love.
And I love that you said in that statement that you think you will find your person. How are we doing on that?
Oh, yeah, we're doing
We're
it.
doing? Okay.
We're doing okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anybody
I have nothing
special?
to announce.
Okay.
I'm pregnant, but other than that, I have nothing to announce.
Mazel tov.
With a puppy, so, we'll have to find out who the father is for that.
The 47-year-old comedian is gearing up for a big year, romantically and professionally. She's hosting the Critics' Choice Awards this Sunday, and she's guest hosting The Daily Show next month, with an eye on filling the seat permanently.
I'm hosting The Daily Show.
You're hosting The Daily Show. Is this a gig that you're gunning for to be permanent, or would you like to shift back and to maybe explore a Chelsea talk show?
I'm open to everything at this point. I realized when I hosted Jimmy Kimmel last year, I can say last year now, we're in the new year.
Yeah.
I realized, that gave me kind of the zest that I used to have in the beginning of Chelsea Lately. The first 5 or 6 years, I loved it. And I remembered, especially commenting and regurgitating everything that happens in the news and being able to comment on that. That's kind of my gig.
Oh,
and
with
that's
your perspective, yes.
And I like it, and it's kind of what I do best. And so I'm definitely open to all sorts of possibilities on that front. I'm going to go guest host the Daily Show for a week, and we'll see, what happens from that. And we're in discussions about all sorts of things.
I don't know if you know this, but it's been nearly 10 years since Chelsea Lately wrapped up.
Has it?
Almost 10 years.
Oh
2024 will mark the 10 years. And the idea of revisiting a Chelsea Handler talk show, I imagine 10 years later would look a little different.
Yes.
What do you think that show would look like in 2023?
I think it would just be a little bit more elevated, the subject matter. It's not just celebrity gossip. I don't think that's the reason I stopped doing that show. I wasn't interested in discussing that anymore. I like it a little bit to a degree, but it can't be the whole breadth of the show. There's room for news, there's room for politics, there's room for social issues and and human interest stories, and there's room for commentary on all of those things. So I think I would desire a more well-rounded show.
Is there anything from the original show that you're like, I'm going to leave that in the past? We're definitely not bringing that into anything new that we do.
Well, I don't think, we're not going to be making fun of celebrities anymore. People like Kanye and Elon Musk deserve it. But, not people like Britney Spears and Lindsay Lohan. That was just not I wouldn't do that again. You know, that was old times and old me, and it just doesn't really benefit anybody. So I think we've all, you know, there's an evolution or a revolution. There's all of these things that are happening, and I kind of like the new parameters. I like not being able to make fun of people and have to come up with more clever jokes. I'm interested in being challenged like that.
What is it gonna take?
Well, they're gonna have to find me a Chewy doppelganger or somebody, and there is no such thing because he was 1 in a million.
Chewy Bravo, Chelsea's longtime sidekick, passed away in 2019. So while her talk show future remains up in the air, she's focused on her special Revolution, out now on Netflix. Chelsea jokes about everything from giving up her rescue dog.
I found him his forever home. That's how I look at that story.
To her thoughts on motherhood.
Say I don't want to be a mother, but I wouldn't mind being like a divorced dad, you know? I could crush that role, coming in hot at like 50% all the time.
Is there ever anything off limits?
I mean, I try not to make fun of children because I don't love them, you know, but I try not to go in on them. I just talk about my experience and why. It's not that I dislike children. I don't want to make fun of children, you know what I mean? But I want to empower all the people that feel the way that I do about owning the fact that you're not interested in being a mom, and that you're not interested necessarily in marriage, and that you can be happy and have this wonderful life without those things, and that societal pressure is nonsense. So I take a lot of pride in representing that group of people who does feel the pressure, who do feel like, oh my God, I'm not worth it, or I'm not worth anything until I get married. And I think the message in the special, because there are many messages, but the overall theme is to own yourself. I talk about in the special for a long time about how I'm fully aware that I don't have the capabilities to be a parent. And that is a very important thing to recognize about yourself.
Self-awareness.
There's a lot of people out there that have babies that shouldn't be having babies. And when you know enough about yourself, I know that I've parented my 2 dogs. I've parented several dogs, which I discuss in the special. And I can tell based on that parenting that I shouldn't take it any further.
What has the feedback been, the reaction that you've seen from fans?
It's been great. I mean, it's been great to see it, and it's kind of like a dream come true in a way. I mean, I've done stand-up for so long, but the way this special looks and the way that I look and the clarity and the joke telling, like, I'm very proud of it. And it was just been a great experience to kind of come back to stand-up. I did a special a couple of years ago, but I had taken a time off from doing stand-up until I really had something to say and had, and I'm a storyteller. I just like telling my personal stories and sharing my most embarrassing moments. So when people respond like, oh my God, that's happened to me, I did that, then you're hitting a nice chord.